Alright guys, so this is all wired. I wired everything. This is these are 4 6-volt batteries. So there's your negative all on this side, and this is your positive on this side. So these two make a 12-volt battery. These two make a 12-volt battery. And then you tie them together here, negative, positive, and you get your 24-volt. Just gonna turn this on. So we're gonna go positive to negative over here, and we have 25.39 amps or volts. 25.39 volts. So that is good. So I'm just gonna turn that off. Let's stick this up here for now. It's out of the way. One of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just, for myself and for somebody else that might be working on this, I am going to put a positive piece of tape here. This is just a red piece of tape indicating that this is going to the positive lead. I'm going to do the same thing to these two. And that's just for myself. But if anybody else is monkeying around with this system, then at least they'll know that this is the positive here. You never know, later on in the future I might have a technician that comes in and needs to do some work on it when if we ever get attached to the grid. The last thing I gotta do is tighten these all down. I did realize I've got this one's short, so I'm gonna have to splice 2 of them together. I don't know if that's good, but it's gonna have to do for now. At least if somebody is down here working on my main and they see this, they'll know what's the positive and what's the negative without looking at this. Okay. Alright, so this is our negative lead that's going to go up there. Negative lead is also going to go onto this bus bar, which we're going to install next. So I'll zoom out. And just to give you another quick look at this battery a little bit closer, I'll go a little closer in there for you. So we've got our positive, right? And then this is the negative, positive. That makes a 12-volt battery. And then over here we've got your negative, the positive, negative. That makes a 12-volt battery on this, and this ties the two together, which makes them 24 volts. Alright, I put this in. I was videotaping, and my camera, the storage went out, so just gonna tighten that a bit. Yeah, that's in there good. Alright. This shunt here, I'm gonna put this shunt down over here, maybe just right below here. Actually, I'll do it this way. I already put the line on here for the Victron. So this is measure, this is for heat, I think. That's what it's for. Alright, there we go. And then I'll clean this up. I'm gonna run it. It's nice. Maybe I'll lift this wire here and tuck it under there and then bring it down this way here. I want it to look nice. And this pipe here I'm going to hide with this wood. So I'll take that off, move it forward, because I'll have that thing over top of it. Alright, so that's done. Now I need a line from here to there, and a line from here to here, because I don't have a long enough line, so I'll order one. I'll get one. It's proper, because it's probably not good to do that. So let's do that. Okay, so now we're gonna connect the negative terminal to the box. I have to redo these cables, the ends on them, because the hole's too big, but they'll do for now. So I put a washer in its place. Okay, and I'm gonna have this wire, I'll change this wire later so it comes straight down, because I'll have to cut that to put a new terminal on that top one. Same as the positive wire I have there. Do the same thing. Okay. Down, there we go. That's good. All right, I'm just gonna put this in here, like so. All right, so that's nice and tight. And now I'm going to connect them with this bolt. This is very temporary, just to see how the system's running. All right. That's probably not the best idea. You guys are probably screaming at me right now. Well, this is gonna work. It's gonna work. Okay, put it like that. I'll tape it up. Okay. All right. So the next step is to hook up the PV, which is the solar panels. I'm gonna put a fuse holder in between on the positive. It is a 40 amp, and there's an 80 amp, but we're going to use the 40 amp. Okay, so here it is. Right now the 80 amp is in here. This is the 40 amp right here. Let's see if I can, there's 40 amp. So I'll take the 80 amp one out, and then I'll mount it on the wall, and then we should be good to go. I don't want to accidentally break that. This is the one right here. Okay. We'll take these ones out. And we'll put that in there. Okay, that's nice and snug. There we go. Okay, so positive and negative. So positives on this side, negatives on that side. So I'm going to come up. Okay, so now I'm going to run this positive into here. Okay, so that's the positive line. Positive and negatives right there. So we're going to run this line up. I want to keep it tight, so keep everything semi-organized here. So that'll go into there. And I can run right there. Run it across the top there. And down there. So there we go. Okay, and the screw's got to come up quite a ways. No, so I gotta come out. All right, with a little bit of effort, I managed to get that sucker in there. That was, didn't like that one. So now I gotta put this one in here, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Just put the fuse in there after. And then we have this power here that I'll wire up quickly, and then we'll turn it on and test it and see how it works. Cross our fingers. Okay. So not the right one. And this one is the right one. All right. Okay, so we're gonna plug that sucker in there. Crimp that down. Nice and tight. Give her one more crank. All right, and then I think we need this, the amber one. That goes in here. It's right here. Make sure it's fully. It does. I guess it doesn't really matter. So now, there we go. We got power in there, power there, power there, power. Now all we got to do is wire this bank here, right there. So I'll do that really quick. Okay, so I'll just wire in this box real quick. did notice that that Wi-Fi is blinking. So it's drawing power from the batteries, even though it's off. But that's okay. All right. But I am taking an electrician course online. But I'm still not certified. Not yet. 2 years. 2 years. Okay. Okay, the red we're not using. Gonzo. All right, now. Okay, that's the hot wire. This is the neutral. All right. So just fire this hot wire here. Get it. I'm gonna run it up and under. If I can. Yeah. More. I had a good idea. Okay. Sense to go under here. All that way around. Come on there, girl. Okay, that's it. Okay. Now we don't need as much of that. So I don't need to. Can use that for a pigtail or something, or a twist tie. All right. Pain on the butt. There we go. Okay, now our ground will go right in there, right to there. There we go. All right. All right, so I fixed the battery problem. The battery problem down there. I think this is no good here, because when I had it running from here to there and into the battery, it wasn't seeing the battery bank. So, and I even reversed it just to see if it would, if that made a difference, and it didn't. So I'll get a different breaker for that, because definitely want one for there, which I'll mount up here. So let's take a look. All right, so there is the solar power. So I have three 230 watt solar panels currently hooked up. I hooked up 4, but it came up with a fault code of 9, and that was 98 volts or something like that. And it was the MPPT on here is only good from 30 to 85 volts. So as you can see, this is charging the battery and also supplying all the outlets, the lights. If I turn this off, that turns off the lights, turns off the freezer. This one here is outside lights and front porch. So turn that back on. So if we look in here, should be a light. And if I go back over here, that's the compressor just kicked on. Turn it off. There we go. And the fan just turned on there because I made it angry. Yes, because the compressor on the freezer is kicking in. So let's take a look through. So battery input 25.3. This is a 24 volt system. The load is 120 volts. Don't know what that is. So there we go, 24 volts, 3 kilowatts. That's what this puts out. The compressor just stopped on the freezer, so this is powering down. I do not know what that is. Okay, so the inverter temperature is 33 Celsius, and it currently has 0.1 kilowatts of a load. I'm not too sure what that is. 286 watts maybe, I'm not too sure. So 0.13 kVA. Okay, and then the AC is 120. Load 1.1 amps. Okay, and it's a 60 hertz system. This is North America. I think in Europe it's 50 hertz. Okay, so input battery 0.0 kilowatts. Output 0.24 kilowatts. So amps 0, that's in. Out 8, 9. So PVN 35 volts. Output 0.3 amps. And then we're back to the, oh, this is the PV temperature, it's 28. And output is 0.01 kilowatts. Yeah, so there it is. There's the battery bank again. And I'll definitely get another one of these. I think this one's just bad. I did put a 40 amp on here. So that's running from the solar panel, just in case there's anything here, from here to there, that goes wrong. It's not going to affect the machine, the inverter. And here's the sort of the specs on the side here. So anyways, that's it. Thanks for tuning in to my channel. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And in the future, I have this wall here. I want to put a 10 kilowatt inverter, hybrid inverter. I do have the Wi-Fi. I'm talking to the guy in China right now because it's not working. It's too weak of a signal, so I'm gonna see if he can get me a extension for it, and then I'll run it upstairs to where the Wi-Fi upstairs is. Down here, for some reason, there's not much Wi-Fi. That could be because of the spray foaming. I'm not too sure. But the signal down here is definitely not good. So anyways, once again, thanks for tuning in, and I really appreciate your time and look forward to your comments. Let me know what you think about my system, and we'll see you in the next one.